Hey, Earners Week was a vibe, and we closed it out busting SIG across the face, not once, not twice, but three times. I'm talking 100% bangers, 250% bangers, and then we rounded off with a 375 piece. Yup, I'm gonna break the trade down. Why we got in the trade? Yeah, let's talk about it. Yeah, it's your boy. Y'all know who it is, man. It's your boy Wall Street Shooter, and I'm checking in for the gang. Hey, this is a trading recap from Friday. Friday, yeah, we ended our earnings week. Swell. I mean, pockets heavy type vibes. You feel me? SIG turned the money printer on. Brrrr, bing. Yeah, we gonna break it down to it, man. Before we get into the content, man, if you like what I'm doing, you like what I'm preaching, you like what I'm kicking, please, if I earned your like, please do so right now. If you want to rock with the kid, share the content with your partners and them, your mama, your auntie, your uncle, your baby mama, your wife, your baby daddy, your side piece, whomever. Please share the content so they can be up on the plays, up on the education, the importance about investing in the stock market and the crypto market. And then most importantly, if you want to stay locked and stay tapped in with the content, click the bell. Join the Earners Club. It's going digital. I'm dropping fresh content daily. You feel me? Hey, let's get into it, man. Y'all came to hear about how we hit SIG. Now, if you've been following my YouTube shorts, I kind of already broke it down, but I wanted to kind of give a little longer video, more explanation around it, and kind of like what led up to this moment. You know what I'm saying? But enough of that, man. Let's get into the chizots. Sweet. Look, we're on SIGA right now. If you don't know, I'm using Thinkorswim primary trading account that I use. This is the daily chart. Now, SIGA. SIGA recently came out with a vaccine to prevent the monkeypox, which has been hot and heavy, kind of like the coronavirus. And hopefully YouTube don't block me because I'm using these terms. But the monkeypox has been hot and heavy, and they came out and said that they had a vaccine for it that would prevent you from getting the monkeypox. So if you know, 2 years ago, coronavirus picked up. You saw what it did to the market. Now we got this monkeypox stuff going on, and ain't that? It's been in a lot of cases in the United States, mostly in other countries, UK, Africa, et cetera, and it's making its way over here. So people are starting to, get that FUD, that fear and that uncertainty about this whole monkeypox. So SIGA, healthcare technical company, said they had a vaccine. As you can see, we looking at this daily. They were averaging about $6, right, back in April. You see little small jumps. They start picking up institutional money. Big dogs started buying in because they said they got this vaccine, right? So they trying to get the early jump, kind of like Pfizer and Moderna and all that stuff with the 19, right? So you can see this thing pumping. So if you got in on the back end on the left side of the chart, you made a nice little bag. But what happened was news articles came out that actually said that they did not have a vaccine or a trusted vaccine. And so our mindset on Thursday, I like to do end of day conversations with the Discord, and we were talking about it, and it's kind of had this whole AMC GameStop vibe. You start getting this institutional money, which you can see right here. This is all institutional movement right here. When you see these spikes, this is institutional and then retailer because it started trending. Wall Street Bets was talking about stock twits, stock Twitter started talking about it. You can see this freaking bounce from $12 all the way up to about 22, 23 bucks. So what we were thinking from a Discord community and noticed that SIGA offered options, we was like, hey, we shortened. And the thing about it is that their expiration dates are pretty spread out. August 19th was the most earliest, so they didn't have weekly spread out options. So I'm telling the guys like, hey, I'm jumping in. I'm gonna do I'm a short them. I'm a short the stock and take that direction. That's why everybody was running to do calls. I'm going in the opposite direction. Now, usually I like to follow the trend, but this was it just had that AMC GameStop feel the first time around. And I was like, I don't want to chase this. I'd rather catch it on the back end, right? And plus the stock expiration date was so far out. I was cool buying 10, 20 contracts and let them sit because eventually this is going to come down. I'm not saying they're a good company or bad company, but they just overvalued, like hella overvalued, right? So as you can see on Friday, they hit up about $22.70 and as low as $13.34. But let's get into the 5-minute chart. This is where all the magic took place, and I want to kind of break it down to you guys. All right. So this is Thursday. Price action had beautiful movements. If you got onto some calls, it opened at 1764, shot all the way up. That's to a high of about $22. So if you rode it out all the way up on Thursday, you made a nice little bag. Now, what piqued my interest was this after the market close and pre-market levels, peaking up at the 24, 22. And I treated this just like any other play. The fundamentals stayed the same. It wasn't just like wake up, put on a freaking put. No, we looked at the pre-market. We wanted to make sure our levels were right because we could be wrong, right? And this thing could have shot up, and now we're, taking losses and trying to get back in for a later date. So I wanted to make sure that we got in. And when I say we, the Discord community, because I put the information there, let them know where my levels are and when I'm getting in and out the play. As you can see, we have pre-market highs roughly around $22.81 and pre-market lows at $21.71, right? So as soon as this thing opened up, you can see that it tested that 22.81 level, rejected it, and then tested the 21.71. Where we kind of broke through, reject, and then created a new entry level for me. My entry level was roughly around this $20.03. Now, I marked this level before any of this price action happened, and I actually I did a area of support, meaning I drew a rectangle out, and I was like between 21. I want to say like 21.30 and 20.30. I was very interested into playing puts on this stock. So I drew out this level, took the bottom of it, which was the 2030, and I kind of looked and I was like, okay, I'm going to watch this. We're not jumping in. We want the best price, obviously, right? We always want to get in when we get confirmation. We just don't want to blindly jump into it because at the end of the day, regardless if you feel that this company if this company is overvalued or just fundamentally not sound, you still don't want to risk it, right? You don't want to risk it for the biscuit. You feel me? You want to make sure you use your ABCs because that's called good habits. So as you can see, we kind of bounced around in this channel in between 21.71 and 20.30. We popped a little bit, got up at that 22.28 range, was pretty much the bottom of my pre-market lows or top of my pre-market lows, rejected it. Now, once we double topped and rejected this 22.28 level, I was very interested. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I'm very interested. I bought a couple of contracts, right? I had a mindset of jumping in here. I went with my normal sizing, $1,000 and above, right? So I bought a couple of contracts and I just kind of watched it. I didn't want to just jump right on in there. So I saw, as you can see here, price action started bouncing on this 20.30 level. And we rejected it, and it held a lot, right? You're looking at about, we'll just say 6 holds, right? Maybe even 7. Here at 10:30, we broke it. I did not get in. I did not size in when we broke in. I wanted to see us pull back and retest and then jump back in. And I figured around this power hour was the best time to kind of get in there, right? So we broke it. The volume was still very low. Didn't make a definitive push to the south just yet, and we pulled back. When I saw these two, 3 holds right here, I got super excited. And so on this candle here at 2030 at 11:40, I sized all the way in, and I alerted the Discord and like, hey, I'm shorting SIG. Here's my strike. My first strike price, I got in at my first strike price was 20 back here. So I actually sized in those, and then I bought 20 strikes, bought contracts on 20, strike price 15, and currently I'm in swing trade for 10. And so I had 3 live puts, okay, 22, 22, 15, and 10. So once we ripped from this 20 to 3, my 22 strikes exploded over 300%. exploded just on this move down to 17. So I closed those out. I kept my 15 and I still have my 10. My 15s were roughly over 100%. My 10s was pushing close to 100% as well. We halted on this green candle. You can see we actually halted. And what I mean by halting, they pretty much just freeze any type of buying execution or selling execution. So we halted. We halted here, and we were talking about it in the chat, and I was like, "Yo, I can't get out. I can't get out of my play," which kind of worked out because as soon as trading resumed, we ripped from $18 all the way to 15.39. By that time, I'm already out of my 20s. My 15s were up 375%. So I held those because I was still trying to figure out what I was going to do with the 10. So I held those and I got out of those roughly at this around 13 or $14. Can't remember off the top of my head. So those 15 hit for over 400%. My 10s were up, but I took a couple of profits off the 10s and then I kept a few for swings because we were pushing towards the end of the day. So overall, I believe that was about a 5,600 type day. Yeah, it was a good way to close the earnings week, man. We hit pretty much all week long. I took a couple of small losses, but I was able to make them up throughout the week. I took some losses actually on Friday. Small losses, got out around 15%. I took losses on the Qs, playing Q calls and SPY calls as well, and got caught up in that reversal. But I got out about 15% because it was a weekly, so I didn't want to like risk it. But this SIG play clearly made up for that, like easily made up for that, like no problem. So it was one of those things that was it wasn't one of those things where we woke up and was like, we're just going to do it. We talked about it the night before. We saw the run up between SIGA and HKD, which is another tech company that just went crazy, but you couldn't do options on HKD. And SIG will allow you to do options. So we just went into it as a group, talked about it, and it felt like AMC GameStop, and didn't want to chase it. Figured that we'll get some pullback, especially with that bad news that hit them on Friday about pretty much they capping about the vaccine. And we just took advantage of it. And institutional traders took their profits and got out of the trade. And we was right there as little baby whales, as baby fish, right on the whale's back, following it all the way down and got a chance to eat off of it. So yeah, we're waiting, see what it's going to look like on Monday. I'm expecting more sell-off. If we look at the hourly chart, I mean, it pulled back to the 9. We were super overextended back to the 9. And right now we're trading or holding around that 1879 level, which we clearly ripped through. So I'm watching this. I'm not going to tell you guys I'm expecting it for more downward action. Obviously I'm holding puts, so therefore I'm somewhat biased, right? But I'm going to be very vigilant. I'm currently still up in the trade. So we just gonna watch it, man, and see what happens. And ultimately, all risk management still applies, even though it's a August 19 holds for the options. I'm still gonna take the proper risk management because ideally, if we are down 90%, it's gonna take us a lot to get back. And I might day trade this. I might scalp this and just keep them swings. We'll see. Haven't decided what I was gonna do yet, but as you can see, this is definitely a bearish engulf candle. I mean, just massive candle, long wick. I do want to see this wick, and it may happen. It could happen next week. Fill up this wick at the bottom. I just don't think fundamentally they can push. I could be totally wrong. I have been wrong before, but my gut is telling me that they're just not fundamentally sound to continue to put this price. Even with the market doing great, I just personally don't see it. If it happens, I'll flip and play some calls, right? Money opportunity presents itself. I'll get in there and touch that bag too. But currently, I'm very bearish on SIGA for at least a week or two, and I'm going to hold these calls. The calls are very cheap. They were like $50 a call, and we got more. I think I got about 10 of them. So yeah, that was the play on SIGA, man. It was a big money play. The Discord was going crazy. They were like, "Yo, how did y'all hear about this play? What? Why did y'all play? Because it's something out of the norm. We normally don't play, these pump and dumps." But it just felt like a good opportunity, right? Again, good opportunity. I'm not telling you guys to go out and buy SIG and hold them long term. Do your research, right? Opportunity presented itself. We felt like we were on the right side of it, and we just capitalized and got money. That's what it's all about. You take the opportunity. You still use your risk management. You use your ABCs. You still do your due diligence. Your Dior, right? Do your own research, and then you make the move and you stand on it. You stand on that business. And so we talked about it the night before. We had our levels already plotted, and we was patient. We waited for our time, and it paid off, right? So even though it was a pump and dump, you still practice those good habits, still practice good execution, because that transitions over to when you're getting into your typical plays, right? So that was Friday. Overall, earnings week was great. I was green bean the whole week. Even took a couple of losses, was still green on every day. Made good profit. I mean, we were up over 15K actually. And yeah, life is good, baby. So this is your boy, Wall Street Shooter. That was the play on SIGA. If you like what I'm kicking, if you like what we putting out here, and you want to join the Discord, drop down in the section. The link is there. Click on the link, join the Discord. You can be up on the plays, not just for stocks, options, or long-term hold stocks. We do crypto. We do crypto mining. I talk about mining a lot. I'm currently mining several different coins. I talk about crypto staking, DeFi staking, how to increase your bag and gain passive income. Man, we talk about anything financial literacy relevant. And then we also talk about, ways how we can secure generational wealth, buying land, homes, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So if you want to be tapped in with that, the link is in the bio below. You can join the Discord. We got 4 levels, monthly subscription. You can choose. The cheapest is $5.99 a month. That's cheaper than a Starbucks coffee with a better return rate. You feel me? But as far as YouTube go, if you like it, give me that thumbs up, click that like button, share it with your partners and everybody. Click the notification bell if you want to stay hip on the content. And also I have a link, all my social links in the bottom too, because I post on there. Sometimes I throw some quick plays. It's a little more quick access. Sometimes I throw some plays on there real quick, especially on Twitter, IG, etc. So if you want to stay locked in, feel free, do so. But I've been talking long enough, man. This video wasn't supposed to be this long, man. I love y'all. Thank you for rocking with me. Thank you for trusting me. I appreciate you guys. Now, hey, it's Sunday. Watch list is coming out. Hey, let's get ready to get this money on money. Let's get this money on Monday. You feel me? Yeah. Anyway, it's your boy Wall Street Shooter, and this is not financial advice. Peace.